sometimes in life, you got to eat a little crow. And this is just one of those times where I've got to eat a lot of crow. And I'll explain to you why. Now, when I came back from Gen Con, I had spent $350 on Cloudspire, this phenomenally heavy and gigantic monster of a game. And I was worried, and the reason I dropped down and did not become the game of the show for me was I was thinking more how many people would go out and spend $350 for, you know, everything. I know that I'm somebody that if I'm going to go invest in a game, I'm going to buy all the components for it. That's just who I am. That's just how I do things. And it dropped a couple spots because I was more worried about the average consumer. I bought everything because I wanted everything. I bought the beautiful map. I bought the health tokens. I bought the 2 expansions that they have for it, which I'm going to show you right here, which is the Grange, which is a faction. It's almost like bees. It's a 5th faction. And then Portal Seekers, which is expanded content with more map pieces, more quests, more relics, and more events that just add even more to this. And of course I got the miniature expansion, which is over there, which I'm going to show you. We're going to go down to the table and we're going to take a look at some of these components, and then we're going to come back up and I'm going to explain and talk about how fantastic this game is. So I'm not even going to leave it in suspense. I'm going to come back and we are going to talk a little bit about what I consider right now the game of the year for me. It's going to be really hard to knock this off. It's going to be in my top 5 no matter how you look at it. I don't even think it'll leave the top 3 for the year. And it'd be interesting where to see it comes in as my top games of all time. So without further ado, let's just go take a look at some of the components. Now, I'm not even going to try to go over the rules with you guys or anything like that, because if you just check on my playthrough videos, we go through the rules, or at best, go to Chip Theory Games. This is more of a review of how awesome this game is. First of all, if you get the miniature expansion, you are going to be getting some beautiful spires. You don't need these, but you got to get them anyways. They just really add to the game, and when they're just sitting on one of these wells, as you can see, the map itself is just beautiful. It just makes for such a beautiful piece that it just comes together. Now they don't come painted. I painted mine. The fortresses, this is they're just absolutely stunning. This is from the Grange expansion, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to have you're going to have your source counter here, your health counter here, and we can actually put them in even. There we go, and they fit right in there, and they turn perfectly. The components, and the reason I'm showing, we're down at the table here, is I'm showing you these components because these components are just ridiculous. You have your marketplace tokens, which are just absolutely gorgeous, and you know, poker chips are probably the greatest thing because it just feels like you have something special, especially the clay ones, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Each army or faction, as they call it, is just fantastic and does different things, and it just plays so beautifully on such a beautiful map when it's all together. It just does so many fantastic things. I think if I have to say anything bad about this game is I wish there were more army pieces. I wish there were more different parts of each faction, because you just get sucked into it so much, and it just does such the game just plays so beautifully. It's almost like a League of Legends type of thing, and it just does this incredible thing. Again, I really suggest that you check out the video that I put together, and a live playthrough to show you the solo adventure, and go to Chip Theory Games and just see the absolutely rules explanation of the PvP, which is just fantastic, and how this all works together, which is just fantastic. Let's go up top. I'm going to talk more about the game up top. I just wanted to show you here some of the components that you're going to get with this fantastic, wonderful game that provides such a beautiful experience. Unbelievable. The reason I'm going to eat crow is it is worth every dollar I spent. I've played this all week. I've played this over the weekend live with you guys. The first part, which I did on Friday, I goofed up some of the rules and I was sitting there scratching my head. I went over the book. Actually went and checked out Ricky Royal's video and I figured out where I went wrong. And came back Saturday morning, played it. Came back Saturday afternoon, played it again. Sunday, I played it off camera to try the PvP. And Monday and Tuesday, I was playing this game. And the rest of the week, I had my hands in this game at all times. This is an unbelievable experience. And the reason I say that is if you play a PvP where you're starting out with a certain amount of CP, which is combat points, and building your army, then building your siege towers, which are going to help you defend against the waves that are going to be coming against you that your opponent is going to be sending at you. While they're trying to take out your castle, you're trying to build up source so you can build up and put out in each additional wave more content. The solo game, which is unbelievable, where you are playing one faction and you are facing wave after wave after wave. Then they have another version where it's just endless waves. It's just a matter of how long you can survive and where you can claim and beat your chest and say, hey, I didn't die until wave 28. You're trying to upgrade your fortress, you're trying to upgrade your spires, you're trying to build your armies, get them flipped over. The heroes are fantastic. The story and the beauty behind every single faction just sucks you in. So there's this just absolutely beautiful sense of story, and you become immersed in the universe. I showed off the demo, and it was just a couple of waves of the solo version. But when I finally got this, and I got this home, and expanded the beauty that is this game, and how things can change from wave to wave depending on an event card, which can help you or hurt you, and learning the different factions, how different they are, how some are stronger, some are quicker, some are more destructive, and learning how to play those. This game doesn't get old. The replayability is ridiculous. This is probably one of their finest works, and I love Too Many Bones and Hopocalypse or whatever the heck it is. I love the Gladiator game too. Chip Theory Games have not made a bad game, but this by far stands out as one of their most ambitious projects. Okay, because when you finally open this up and you see the quality, you understand why you paid the money, and it is worth every single dime. I do it 100 times over. All I'm going to tell you is this is ridiculous. This is fantastic. To Adam and Josh, what more can I say to you guys except, you guys hit it out of the park again, and I am indebted to you for just when I think I've lost my steam, that you have reinvigorated me and made me see how much I love gaming. And this game does this for me. And to that, I thank all of you involved. Shannon, thank you for all the support and helping me learn the game on top of it. This is the highest game I can rank ever. Okay, I'll never give something a perfect 10, but this is a high 9, 7.5. Okay, and I am telling you, the only reason I would take a couple points off is, one, I've never given anything a 10, because then how do you rate the next game that you get blown away by. Nothing could ever be a 10. The only reason I would take a point off is because I want more. Because I'm selfish and I want more. And I would probably pay another $100. I would have paid $500 if I even had more factions, and that added to the factions I already have. Just fantastic. I suggest you guys go to the Chip Theory Games, get yourself a copy. You'll see what I'm talking about. You can just get the base game, but I really suggest getting all the bells and whistles. You will not be disappointed. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob, and we will see you soon.